Hello beautiful people and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ajiha and I make content on DIYs, lifestyle, and so much more. I am so excited for this video today because Eid is right around the corner and we are going all out for this Eid. I know that sometimes it's a little difficult to think of all the Eid gifts that you can give to people, especially if you have different ages of people or different groups of people to give gifts to. So don't worry, I got you guys. Today's video, we're going to be making some family Eid boxes that are going to have some mini chocolate bouquets and some mini oud scented candles. We're also going to be making for the kids fun boxes this year. And we're also going to be making friend gifts. If you got some girlfriends, we're going to be making DIY lip balms that your friends are going to love. They're going to be like, where did you buy this from? And you'd be like, I made it actually. We're also going to be making some gifts for the teenage boys that I feel like are super hard to get gifts for, but we cracked the code. We got this. I'm going to be showing you how to make all these Eid gifts step by step and what materials you're going to be needing, because I know Eid can get a little bit expensive, especially if you have a lot of people you want to give gifts to, but we are not going to break the bank. We are going to give really cute, really nice Eid gifts that everyone is going to love. So without further ado, let's get into this video. Alrighty, so let's start with the mini chocolate bouquets. So I got these assorted chocolates from Walmart and I got them for $6. So I got 25 in each box, which is great. And you can use whatever chocolate you'd like. So these are the mini ones. So they pretty much are like this small, which is perfect. I do have another video that I did a big chocolate bouquet. So I will have that linked in the description down below or somewhere up here. But you can go check that out if you just want to do like actually big chocolate bouquets to give to your friends and family for Eid. And for the wrapping of the bouquet, I have this peach bouquet wrapping paper that I got from Amazon, but you can also use tissue paper as well. I find that to be a great alternative. For the actual stems of the bouquet, we're going to be using this. These are the normal bamboo sticks that you can get literally at any grocery store, but you can just use half of it. Like you can just cut pretty much all of it in half, because again, this is a mini bouquet and we really don't need the whole thing. But yeah, so that's pretty much everything that you're going to be needing, and also of course tape. And to tie everything together, I have this white like curling ribbon that I got from Dollarama. So these are all done. So now I'm just going to grab the chocolates and some tape, and we're gonna get to taping. Now I'm just gonna actually arrange the chocolates first before I tape them on, just because I want to see how it looks. I think I like this design. I'm gonna tape it up and then see how it looks when they're actually put together. And just take your bamboo stick and place it in the middle like that, and then fold it on top and then secure it with some tape. All right, so pretty much all done. So now we're just gonna go ahead and put it the way I would like, and then we're just gonna tape it. This is how the mini bouquet looks. Honestly, love how it turned out. And you can just kind of move it around, give it some little tugs until you're happy with the shape. All right, so now for wrapping the bouquet, basically I have these two squares of tissue paper that I just cut out. So I'm just doing white and peach. And then also I have cut this little strip out, which is the same length as the bouquet and also pretty much the same width. And then I cut two smaller pieces. Now again, if you're using tissue paper, that's completely fine. You can even just do two different colors of tissue paper, but I'm just going to use these two different materials because I have them. We're going to start off first by putting a long piece right behind over here. And don't worry about the chocolate. It's okay. We can fix it at the end. And we're just going to make sure that it basically just fits the whole length over here. And then we're going to take our little mini tissue paper, and we're going to pretty much kind of fold it, and then we're just going to scrunch it, and this is going to go basically at the back. Our other little tissue paper And again, we're just going to fold it like a bouquet. And then now we're going to crunch it up again. And we're going to put that in the front over here. And then we're going to grab one of our pieces. And we're just going to wrap it right beside over here at the end and through the middle. And again, we're going to get the other side over here. And we're going to do the exact same thing. And then just bringing it in. I'm going to secure it with some tape. This is our little bouquet. And then now we're just going to go in and fix whatever needs to be fixed. Yeah. So this is all for the Kids Eat Fun boxes. I went to Dollarama and bought a bunch of kids' toys. Basically, I have a list of all the kids that I'm giving and their ages. So each box is basically going to have like one little fun toy. And then I'm going to be putting in some chocolates. I have these boxes, but they're a little bleh. So I wanted to make it a little fun. So I got this cute little unisex gift wrapping paper that I'm going to be using to wrap all the fun boxes with. So I'm going to be using this. So basically it's kind of boring, as you can see. That's why I got the gift wrapping paper. But these ones are the ones that you kind of have to create yourselves. And you can basically either get like boxes, or if you don't want to do boxes, then you can also just get gift bags. So I have some of this filling that I'm going to use. If you don't have it, you can either buy it from like a craft store or just make it yourself, because it's just literally shredded paper. I'm also going to take some of the Smarties that I have, and we're going to basically put a few in here. Bubblegum candy, some Jolly Ranchers. I feel like these small little candies, they just like, kids get so excited. So I'm just going to put a few Hubba Bubbas in here. Oh, it smells so good. And a few Jolly Ranchers. How the box is looking so far. So this is the one I'm going to put the slime in. So I'm just going to put whatever was in that slime packet in here. And just kind of like, oh, this is so many things. And then wrap it up and write their name on the box. So for the family Eid boxes, we're going to be doing some Eid candles as well. And basically all you're going to need is a little container. I just have these gold containers, these glass ones that I had previously. So I'm just going to be using this. Or if you have, for example, candle molds, you can also use candle molds. I do have another DIY candle video that I will have linked somewhere here. So you can even go check it out. And in there, I basically use jars that I got from Dollarama. All you're going to need is some soy wax. Also, if you have any kind of like candles like these, you can also even just cut them up and use this as well. And this also works for kind of like old candles. You want something that's unscented because we are going to be adding our own scent. Now, the scent that I'm going to go for is the oud scent. So I'm sure if you are any kind of Middle Eastern or Muslim, you probably have one of these in your house or can get this very easily. But basically, this is just like oud, or some people call it attar as well. This is really great. These smell so good. And I was thinking of something that's very in the theme of Eid's kind of scent, and I thought this was perfect. So if you have one of these, this is basically kind of fragrance oil. So in candles, you basically do use fragrance oils as well. So we're just going to be using this as our fragrant oil, and I'm going to be mixing it with a little bit of vanilla. But of course, if you don't have it, you can just use this. And then I do have these wooden wicks that I have. You can also use just normal wax wicks, like just the normal wicks. But I have these wooden wicks that I've really been wanting to use. So I'm just going to use these. Let's go ahead and get started. So first, we're going to go ahead and measure out our soy wax. So I just have, again, this Pyrex beaker. You want something that can easily be put in a double boiler. And so this is great, especially the Pyrex glass for melting what pretty much the wax that's going to be in here. So I am going to be doing around 250 grams of the soy wax. I am making a lot of mini candles. I'm making around 25. So that should be enough for the amount that I'm making. So while the wax is melting, we're just going to prepare the jars. So I'm just going to open this one up over here. And I'm using, again, the wood wick ones. So for the wood wicks, it comes with a little wick holder at the bottom and then the actual wood wick. And you're just going to need a hot glue gun or any kind of strong glue. And I'm just going to put a bit of glue at the bottom over here. Then place this in the center. And there we have it. Now we're just going to measure the fragrance. So I'm just going to set this to 0. And basically you're going to want to do between 5 to 10% of fragrance. So I'm going to do around 8% because oud is a sort of a strong scent. I have actually this benzoin, which is great to layer on to oud. But of course you can do any fragrance you want. So now that everything's melted, I'm just going to go in and add the fragrance oil into the melted wax that we now have. I'm also going to add some gold mica powder because I want to give it a little bit more of a fancier look. Now you can add mica powder as well if you'd like, or you can just leave it the way it is. Give it a nice shiny look. That's all done and stirred up. We are ready to pour. And we're just going to let this sit and dry for a few hours. So now that our candle is all nice and dry, I let it sit for a few hours. I'm just going to cut the wick. And there we go. Our candle is all done and ready to be labeled. So I just designed these labels on Canva and printed them off on normal A4 paper. And I'm just going to cut them out and show you guys how we're going to make our own little cute labels. So this is the label that I cut out, and now we're just going to grab some Scotch tape. I'm using this Tough Grip one, and you want to make sure that it is big enough to fit the width of your actual label. This is definitely good enough. So I'm just going to cut a small piece and then place it on top of the label, leaving a little bit of space on each corner. Now we have this label, and we're just going to cut the excess edges, but leaving a little bit so we can stick it on the actual candle. So now we have ourselves a cute little label, and I'm just going to stick it on, making sure it's nice and even. All right, for this next DIY, we're basically going to be making these DIY lip balms, which I'm super, super excited for. I think this is my favorite DIY so far. Usually for Eid, we also do gifts for friends, like small little gift favors. And my sister and I usually have around 30 girlfriends that we like to give it to. So these are people at mosque or we know from school, work. And this year we're doing lip balms. So I got this package from Amazon. I ordered these cute little like lip balm containers. And so they've got these gold caps, which are so cute. And basically the tube is pretty much this big. I generally love these because it's just so easy to put on and you can just squeeze it out. And then we're just going to be making our own little DIY labels. And then for the packaging, we're putting it in. It's really cute. We're going to be printing out on stock paper, basically the same size as the lip balm tube, but just a little bit bigger. I'm just going to write Eid Mubarak on the top, and then from my sister and I, and we're going to have the ingredients at the bottom, and then like a little message for Eid on the side. So I'm just going to disinfect the tubes, put some rubbing alcohol in it, give it a little swirl, have them dry out. And then while they're drying, I'm going to be showing you guys how to create your own natural, organic, and moisturizing lip balm. You're going to need to melt down our ingredients. So I already have the double boiler going on over here. So I basically just have this saucepan and then I just put water in it and I'm having that boil. So once we're all done putting together the ingredients, that'll be good to go. So I'm just going to make sure I disinfect everything because again, want to make sure that, of course, this is a DIY, but still want to be safe, especially because this is going on people's lips. So for this recipe, we are going to be using some beeswax. We're going to need around 18 grams of this. Castor seed oil. We're going to be using around 36 grams of the castor oil. We're going to need some jojoba oil, and we're going to need 60 grams of the jojoba oil. I got this lip flavor. This is in the flavor watermelon. And then I'm just going to put in 13 grams of the flavor oil. Last but not least, I'm going to be putting in some coconut oil. So for the coconut oil, I'm going to be using 28 grams of it. But don't worry, I'll also have the measurements down in the description box down below. So I'm just going to turn this on. All right, so that's all done. We're just going to put it in here and then wait for it to melt. And then at the end, we're just going to go in with our lip flavor oil. All right, so now that this is all done and melted, I basically just put in the flavor oil as well and mix that in. And I have all of these little tubes all sanitized. And we're just gonna grab whatever's in here and put them slowly into these tubes and then cover them up. So I printed these off and basically they're just the same size of the width of the lip balm tube. So I'm just going to cut them up and then we're going to be making our own DIY labels. So we're just going to be taking some tape and we're going to be putting them like that on the lip balm tubes. So you're going to want to use some scotch tape. And we want to make sure that your scotch tape is bigger than the actual label that you've cut out. So I have a big piece over here and I just want to make sure that I'm getting it nice and straight. Just cut off the excess edges, but leave a bit of the tape so that you can stick it on to the lip balm. Pretty happy with how that looks. And I'm just going to put this in the center. And there we go. We just made our own little label. So for the packaging of the lip balms, I designed these and I printed them out on cardstock paper so it's a little bit more sturdy. And basically what we're going to do is just grab a cutting board and put this on top because we're going to be making two slits. I'm going to be using a Stanley knife to do this. And I'm basically just going for two middle slits. So now that we've made our slits, I'm just going to poke the lip balm in through the slits. So this next DIY is perfect for teens. So you're just going to need a few things like some candy and a gift card. So I just chose this Tim Hortons gift card. And then we're going to need these plastic boxes. You get a bunch of these from Amazon. You're also going to need some wrapping ribbon or some cutting ribbon and some tape. First, we're just going to start by making this box over here. You can really put anything in these boxes, but I just chose to do candy because who doesn't love candy and chocolates? There we go. So that's all done. And now I'm just going to put the chocolates in. I'm also going to put some Jolly Ranchers. So once that's all nice and full, we're just going to close it up. So these are the little Eid cards I designed already. So I'm just going to cut them out. And as you can see, they're pretty much the same size as the cards. We want to make them small because I want to fit them right on top of the box. So now we're just going to grab some tape, stick it to the back of the gift card that you're giving, and we're just going to stick it in. I'm going to add another piece of tape right on top, place the card right on top. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and got some inspiration on what to do for Eid gifts this year. I honestly had so much fun making this video. Thank you so much for watching, and Eid Mubarak.